It pits. All right. It pits God created evil, 3, with evil as a component of the universe. And if God created the universe, then He created evil. So it says X, God created evil, and then not X, He didn't create evil. Can you see that? It pits statement 3, therefore God created evil, against statement 5, God would not create evil. Since these are X and not X type statements that cannot both be true of the same object at the same time, the argument concludes that the object, God, that is alleged to possess both characteristics cannot be real. Okay, do you see that? Good. Okay, where are we? The argument is false also because it is based on a fallacy of equivocation, which plays two definitions of a word against each other. The word being misused here is thing. Yes, evil is a thing. But what kind of thing is it? Is evil an abstract thing or a concrete thing? A physical thing or a non-physical thing? In statement 1, God created all things. The argument refers to physical or concrete things of the universe. These things of the universe are physical energy things, and yes, God did create them. They have parameters that can be described and quantified in terms of characteristics that can be seen, felt, heard, smelled, and or tasted. But the argument then switches to statement 2, which states evil is a thing, and statement 4, which states that evil is a component or thing of the universe. Both these statements are false. So the whole argument collapses to nonsense. Evil is not a physical thing. It is an abstract thing. Evil doesn't exist in the physical universe as a separate and distinct entity so that you can travel to a certain GPS location and pick up a peck of it. Evil is a concept, an understanding, a realization of such abstract things exist only in the minds of beings who think, such as God and man. Evil is not a thing. It's not a physical thing. It is not a component of the universe, which is a collection of physical things. Therefore, God did not create it. God did not create evil. The attempt to discredit God and cast doubt on His existence by accusing Him of creating evil also commits the straw man fallacy. The Bible says God is perfect. Not that the world He created is now perfect or even ever was perfect. The best we ever hear God pronouncing upon the creation is that it was, at least for a while, very good. So the world, not being perfect, was a place where evil did not exist, but in which it could occur. Well, the atheist, not to be undone, says, oh, well, if God created a world that could have had evil, then if the world isn't perfect, then that must mean either God could not make a perfect world, in which case He's not all-powerful and all-knowing, or He did not want to make a perfect world, in which case He is not good and is right back to being directly responsible for evil. This claim commits another either-or fallacy, for it only refers to two options, when the third, real and known option, is left unmentioned. The option the atheist left out is the one I just mentioned before, that God created a world in which sin did not exist, but in which it was possible for it to occur. But just because it was possible, but just because it was possible to occur, that does not mean it was inevitable to occur. For example, to make cookies and have them available to cookie eaters increases the blessings in life for cookie eaters. Putting these cookies in a cookie jar or the tree of knowledge of good and evil in the Garden of Eden makes stealing cookies or the fruit possible, but not inevitable. For cookie eaters to not handle that blessing well is not to make the cookie maker at fault. Let's pursue this subject of Adam and Eve in the garden a little more as it applies to the existence of evil. Atheists often accuse God of giving Adam an unfair test, one that Adam could not possibly have passed, that it was inevitable that he would fail, and so say that God really is responsible for sin being in the world and for all the evil and suffering it has brought. And then atheists accuse God of compounding the unfairness by assigning Adam's sin to the rest of us, who were not even there and had no chance to take the test and do a better job than Adam did. Did you ever hear that? You ever hear that? You know, sometimes you have to think about how do you answer these guys. But I thought about it. And, okay, this is another straw man nature. Look what they're accusing God of. It misrepresents God as a cheat and denies His holiness, His impeccable goodness and righteousness. The following reason explains how we know God did not set Adam up and rig the test against him. God does not act against His character and nature. To give an unpassable test is against God's character and nature. Therefore, God did not give Adam an unpassable test. Well, that's a tip-off right there. God must have done something with Adam to make him prepared for the test, right? Well, you ever wonder what it was? Knowing that being tipped off, that God did not give Adam an unpassable test, we can infer from the biblical record ways in which God fully equipped Adam to pass the test. The biblical record gives us many indications regarding the nature of that preparation.